Hello everyone, welcome back to Ed's Metalworks. Ed's Metal for short, I guess. I thought I'd give you a little update on my forklift cylinder repair. I would have had it back together by now, but the weather's been, temp below zero, and the forklift's sitting in an unheated part of my building, so we're gonna wait till it warms up a little bit to put everything back together. But anyway, I'll show you what we got going here, and then extra tool I had to make after that little spanner wrench tool I showed you in the first video. So here's what we got. Cylinders back together. I wish I could have shown you the seals, new seals going in, but where I went and bought the new seals, that gentleman, he just stuck them all in there for me, which was great. He had one of them seal folder things, which worked out real good to stick that seal in. Here's the old seals that, as they come out, broken. They're hard as a rock. This one was on the bottom. This one was on a support for that. And this pieces are all that's left of the outer seal there, the wiper, whatever. That's all that's left of that. But anyway, they had them all. Couldn't believe it. Swan Engineering, that's where I went to, and the gentleman, he put me back together basically. This O-ring goes at the base of this gland that screws on here to seal the tube to the gland. This O-ring here is for this fitting. This is that fitting I had in the last video where I had trouble getting it out, where I had to make this spanner wrench. It fits in that hole of this rod and holds it. In order to get this off of here, I don't have a square point spanner that big. I don't have one at all, in fact. So I made this out of a piece of pipe, piece of 2.5 inch pipe. Had to turn the inside of it out to slide down over here, and then luckily these grooves they're right at 90 degrees apart from each other. So anyway, that slid right on there. And then I held it with my old restored reed pipe vise here. I made these I used these copper, just a piece of copper tubing flattened out, water pipe flattened out, but I put that over the jaws so it didn't mar up the end of my cylinder. I didn't want it to put and mar up the end of the cylinder, so it held it good and tight enough to get this gland off the end. Once I got that on there, used the big pipe wrench to screw it off. Wasn't too difficult. Anyway, when I put the piston back in there, the piston, all it had was a steel like a piston ring on it, and then a wear ring. Both of them looked really good. The gentleman at the seal shop said they looked good. He didn't have the wear ring anyway, so. But anyway, I wrapped this around the piston with a couple hose clamps, and it fit down in this tube, and then I was able to slide crimp that piston ring down and slide it in the tube without catching it on anything. But and like I said, the guy at the seal shop, he installed the new seals in that gland. But and I just deburred this corner here, so I'd make sure that I didn't tear one of them glands going in there. And it was a little bit to push it on there, but once you got it on there, it was good. I hope it's sealed up. We're gonna get some warmer weather here, and hopefully get this thing installed back in that forklift mast, which is that'll be a whole nother story in itself. That's quite the complicated procedure to fish that thing in there. I imagine if you'd do it as a professional, you'd tear that mast off the machine and lay it somewhere so you could get at the backside of it. But anyway, we'll keep you updated on this when we go back together. See if I can get you set up and see the process of that. So till then, we'll catch you later. Alrighty guys, we're going to try to get this cylinder here put back in this forklift mast today. It goes in behind this other main cylinder here. Goes in behind there, but anyway, I'll show you. I'll take this. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see close up like that, but I'm going to take this piece of pipe and I'll show you where it's got to go, how I got it out anyway. It's got to go in an angle up through here. You see that? Up through there, high enough to get behind here, and then you can drop it in. But sorry for the video there, but anyway, that's what's got to go. It's got to go between them two top braces there and high enough to get behind this other cylinder at an angle. It's kind of at an angle like this when you first drop it in there, but it came out that way. As you can see, I got my little chain fall up there, and I got the mast held up with a chain around the top of my jib crane there. I got jack stands underneath the mast section, or the fork attachment section. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, we're going to try to get this cylinder back in here again. I don't know which way gravity would work the best for me, coming out or going back in. We'll see. But alrighty, I'll try to get you set up over here on a time lapse or something so you can observe the process and see if it works or fails. Alright everyone, I got to regroup here a little bit. We're going to come up with a little bit better or safer plan maybe, and I'll bring you back in a bit when we get there. Alright, we got plan B. Up the top of the cylinder, the top of the mast, I put a rope around there to keep it going more straight up in the air rather than that top falling over. Really need a couple people to do this, but we're going to take a couple more shots at it. If not, we'll have to stop and get some help. We'll put you back on time lapse here. Well, everyone, we got it sitting in there. Got it in the base hole here. I don't have the bolt in it yet. Got this line to hook up. There's a steel line that goes from that fitting there. I don't know if you can see it or not. This fitting here up, and it loops in the top of the cylinder we just put in. That fitting in the top is not the fitting that goes in there. That's just for so I keep crap out of there when I was messing around with it here. But we got her in there. A little ingenuity and a little luck on her side here and there, but that's just the way it came out. So I guess it'll go back in the same way. But we got to get our mast unchained up there and drop it down. I did that with this little chain fall. It slides up and down pretty good, so we'll have to see if that works again. But and get the top of that cylinder located in that hole up there, so with the new fitting. Anyway, we'll get her going here, and I'll give you a little update when we get a little farther along. Alrighty, here we are. We got the mast section supported by our chain fall here. I had these C-clamps on here just for safety's sake, and didn't want anything to come crashing down when I had everything supported here. You can see these C-clamps, they would have hit on this back brace. But anyway, we're gonna take them out and and see if we can't drop this mast down on top of the cylinder. Has to go in this hole here. All right. And see if it'll lower down here a little bit now. Oh yeah. Hope you can see that. We're coming down. I'm just checking to see if my strap is going to get caught down there. It don't look like it is. All right, let's get this fitting out of here. I'm gonna have to find a spot for you guys here. Just a second. Need two hands on this operation. See if I can get you a spot over here on the scaffolding. Sorry, it's a little ways away, but all right, let me get this dropped in here. Folks, we have touchdown. I'll go get that fitting and just stick it in there for a little bit. Hang tight, I'll be right back. All right, we're gonna have to get our spanner mounted back up to the top of the cylinder again, but you guys already saw that. I won't bore you with that. I'm just gonna screw this in here for now, keep some of the dirt out of it, and get set up to put this piping back on. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. It was a little bit of a struggle, but not too bad. Like I said, it would have been a lot easier job with 2 people. I know I had to set up the scaffolding to be safe, so when I was pulling on the top of that cylinder, I wasn't, you know, pushing on a ladder. The scaffolding is the way to go when you got to work off the ground a little bit. But anyway, thanks for joining along. Give me a thumbs up if you will, and share it and subscribe like they all say. Thank you. Hi guys, after watching that video, I figured I didn't show you the finished product here. I come out and make a quick one. I hope you stick around for this one, but anyway, here we are. Got the cylinder back in there. Everything's not leaking anymore, which is good. So now both lift cylinders on this old machine have been rebuilt now. I had a heck of a time bleeding the air out of these cylinders. This machine has some sort of a check valve, so if you blow a hose, nothing comes crashing down if you're up in the air with it. Well, I raised it up once, I couldn't get it to come back down, so I had to keep bleeding the lines out a little bit till I got all the air out of it, and then it must have figured it was good to go, because it's been working good ever since that point. But anyway, the old Heister's back in business again. It was a little bit of a project from the backside, but overall not too bad. It's a handy little machine for my shop. But we got her going. Anyway, thanks again. Sorry I had to add this on the end of the video to give you a closing, how it came out. But enjoy your new year. It's going to be New Year's, and we'll see you next year. Adios.